Hi, welcome to John's Kitchen. Tonight we will be grilling lamb chops. And so to prepare to grill the lamb chops, the first thing I need to do is marinate them. So we're gonna marinate them just with a few ingredients. Here we have some lamb chops, and we're gonna have some rosemary, some garlic that I've already minced, a little secret ingredient, which is a very small amount of dried lavender, salt, pepper, and olive oil. That's pretty much as simple as it is. So I'll just start by seasoning the lamb chops with a little bit of kosher salt. There's a couple different varieties. I tend to use Morton kosher salt. You can also use Diamond Crystal. Turns out Morton salt is a little bit more salty, hard to believe, but it is. So you should probably use about twice as much Diamond Crystal as you would use Morton's if you've got it. So that's it, and then we'll season it real fast with some pepper. Do that on both sides. And then what I'm really just going to do at this point, I'm actually going to marinate them just inside this plastic bag. So I know you say, all right, you've only put on the salt and pepper, and that's true. So I put on the salt and pepper. Then I'm going to pour in a little bit of olive oil. Then I've actually diced up some rosemary using my mezzaluna. So that'll just go right in there. Then there'll be a little bit of the garlic. And finally, the little bit of lavender, which is going to give it more of an aromatic. So I will just bag this up, kind of give it a couple tosses to make sure everything is properly coated, stick it in the refrigerator for an hour or so, and then we'll fire up the grill and be ready to eat. All right, it's time to see, Remy smells the meat. Hello, Remy. It is time to put the lamb chops on the grill. So I've got my green egg, and it's up at 450 degrees, but we're gonna cool it down in a minute. I just wanted to make sure that this thing was really, really hot and ready to go. And whenever I put mine on the grill, because these little things are sort of like mini T-bones, I tend to always start by putting them on the grill with the bone side down. And that allows that initial heat to hit the bone instead of the meat. And I will close the grill and we'll set well, I'll show you that. I'll close the grill and I'm gonna shut the vents, and then this will lower itself to about, it's down to about 350 degrees. It'll cook at that temperature. All right, it's time to flip them, and we have a very loud blue jay tonight, which you can probably hear in the background. So I'm just basically gonna tip them all over here now that I've got them grilled on one side. And then this is where we're gonna grill them and get some a little char on both sides, and when they're ready, I'll flip them after 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'll take them off after that. All right, it's time to flip them one final time. Let's take a look at the other side here. Look at that, they're looking really, really good. And so we'll let them have one final grill on this side, and then we'll take them off, and it'll be time for dinner. The lamb chops are done, and it's time to pull them off the grill. So we will pull them off, and then it's always important to let them sit for at least 5 minutes prior to cutting them up. So I'll bring them in the house and we'll take a look at them in just a few moments. Side dish, I'm going to do a little sauteed spinach with sun-dried tomatoes and garlic and a little bit of a cream sauce. So you start with the spinach, and I'm sauteing it actually in a little bit of, so this is my sun-dried tomatoes. They're actually done in a little bit of olive oil. And so I poured a little bit of the olive oil in the pan, and I'm going to saute this spinach real fast, and then I'll show you what we're doing next. These things wilt quite quickly, so I'm literally just going to put my sun-dried tomatoes in here and stir them up a little bit. And the next step is, because it's now pretty much done, and I'm going to put a little bit of garlic, and then I'll put a little bit of cream in here. But the key, I'll show you, is just a little bit of flour. And I'll show you why. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour in here. And the flour is in here, and you want to do this when you have oil. You never really want to put flour and water together, but flour and oil, whether that's olive oil or butter, actually can act as a thickening agent. And so now what I'm gonna do is just add a small amount of cream in just a moment. All right, we just added in a little bit of the garlic. You really wanna add garlic late in the process because it burns quite easily. So we don't wanna add it when it's super hot. Now that's in there, and we'll just add a little bit of cream to it because the flour was in there. Turn up the temperature here and the flour mixture. This is gonna saute a little bit. The flour is gonna help thicken it up. And we're gonna end up with just an amazing mixture. So as you can see, it really comes together quickly, and that is it. This is spinach, garlic, sun-dried tomatoes, and a little bit of a cream sauce. So that is our side dish tonight. Tonight's dinner is grilled lamb chops with garlic and rosemary, sauteed spinach and sun-dried tomatoes, and some homemade, and my dog is whining, some homemade sourdough bread with homemade butter, which I actually churned myself. And then this is a dog who smells the food and wants to eat it and just ruined my video, but that's what we do on my John's Cooking Channel YouTube videos. All right, it's time for the taste test. I've got a lot of feedback on my videos that people want to have the taste test, so I'm gonna share the food real fast. There it is, taste test, and delicious. Yep. Well worth the effort, folks. Well worth the effort.